Omar Tosun Pasha was born in Ottoman Egypt in 1872. He was a direct descendant of Muhammad Ali Pasha, who was the famous Ottoman governor of Egypt. Therefore, Tosun Pasha inherited a huge fortune from his father, which he used in the service of the oppressed and needy people. Tosun Pasha lived during British rule in Egypt, and he was offered multiple prestigious political positions by the British because of his lineage. However, Tosun Pasha rejected all political positions and instead became a strong opponent of European colonialism. Because of oppressive British rule, heavy taxation, and increased inequality and poverty in Egypt, Tosun Pasha utilized his massive wealth in order to assist poor farmers, establish schools, and build hospitals throughout Egypt. Tosun Pasha also wrote anti-British and anti-colonial articles in newspapers such as Al-Mahrusa newspaper, and called for freedom and independence for Egypt and other Muslim countries. He also exposed French policies in Algeria and the Dutch colonial policy in Indonesia, and raised awareness about these issues in newspaper articles. Tosun Pasha also spoke out against the injustice of the British Army in neighboring Sudan, and he wrote a book entitled The Secrets of Malicious English Policy in Sudan. When the Italians invaded neighboring Libya in 1911, Tosun Pasha provided support to the Libyan Ottoman resistance in the face of Italian invasion, and donated £5,000 to the Ottoman army in Libya. Apart from donating his personal wealth, Tosun Pasha also began a donation campaign and managed to collect a total of £100,000 of donations from across Egypt, which was sent to the freedom fighters in Libya. Omar Tosun Pasha also sent donations to the Ottoman army during the Balkan War. Tosun Pasha continued his humanitarian activities even after the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, and he sent financial assistance to the Turkish army fighting the Greeks at the end of World War I. After the Turkish War of Independence, Tosun Pasha continued to financially support orphans in Turkey who were suffering from poverty, disease, and starvation. Omar Tosun Pasha was also a staunch enemy of Zionism, and he sent money to Palestinian freedom fighters who were fighting against British forces and Zionist militias. Besides supporting liberation movements in other countries, Tosun Pasha also played a major role in the Egyptian struggle against British colonialism. He supported the Egyptian Revolution in 1919, and he allowed his palace in Alexandria to be used by revolutionaries as a meeting place and a conference hall for revolutionaries. Tosun Pasha also invested in cultural preservation in Egypt, and he paid for the reconstruction of historical mosques and buildings such as the tomb of Abu Darda. He also used his huge wealth to fund his passion for archaeology and took frequent trips to isolated regions of Egypt and Sudan and discovered the remains of monasteries and statues. Tosun Pasha also donated money to the Scientific Academy of Damascus and the Egyptian Geographical Society. Shortly before his death, Tosun Pasha donated his large library, which contained 8,000 volumes of precious books, manuscripts, and maps, to museums across Egypt. Throughout his life, Tosun Pasha also wrote many books on history, including The Egyptian Army and the Crimean War, Military Industries and Schools during the reign of Muhammad Ali Pasha, The History of the Nile, The Day that the English Attacked Alexandria, History of Egypt and Sudan, and History of the Egyptian National Movement. Prince Omar Tosun Pasha passed away in the year 1944 in Cairo.